So I hate to use the phrase, but yo-yo club is thrown around a lot with Norwich City. It's supposed to describe a team that just goes from the Premier League to Championship, Premier League to Championship. But this year it was very different for Norwich. Despite getting playoffs, they didn't get promoted. Instead, they were embarrassed by Leeds United and sacked their manager David Wagner, leaving the club in a mess with many players released. As today, I go and get a familiar face with the aim to make them the best club in the world. As yes people, here we are rebuilding Norwich City, and I needed a manager that was maybe familiar to English football. I don't know about promotions, but Sam Allardyce, who's got his name spelt wrong, I will correct that, as he's the new Norwich manager, but he's not going to have it easy, as of course the challenges are here, and we've got 3 on our contract. As first, Big Sam has to make 40 million profit, and you may ask, why 40? Well, I was just thinking 10 million for each goal they conceded to Leeds in the playoffs, as also we need to try and bring through 1 youth academy player each season in this rebuild, with the aim to have 1 in the Champions League final squad as the ultimate aim. Win that Champions League. As this is the squad we load into, and a lot of these players actually have left in real life. I definitely know McCallum has. And yeah, it's a big rebuild, so buckle up, put your seatbelts on. We are going to fix Norwich and definitely make the squad younger, as we've got 18 million to start with, which is not a bad budget at all, but you know we've got to make 40 million profit, which will take that to 58, and we can't spend the 40 million profit we make. It's a punishment, I know, because the team didn't get promoted. But we haven't just got the money objective that we must complete. We do have the youth academy, and we've got a pretty good one. Felix Wyatt, he's going to get promoted immediately in this save, but the person that's caught my eye is this man down here, Samuel Millis, who started in this academy. It says he's from Gabon, 91 minimum potential, which I believe is absolutely great, so he's definitely getting promoted alongside Wyatt. That's 2 players, not just 1 promoted, as they'll be definitely loan listed, but we've got to fix this team. Who's our money makers to sell? I'm looking at Gabriel Sara, and also maybe Josh Sargent, if we could get maybe 10 million, because he is a striker after all. And we need to make that profit. So I've gone ahead and transfer listed a few of the players in this team as Christos Tzolis. Can we call him back and sell him? That's what I'm going to try, as I've just transfer listed our best players to hopefully get them out and hopefully get money in. But the first sale ain't bad. We've got rid of Tzolis for 15 million as the Greek goes to Everton. Not bad at all, as the next one after that for 13.5 million, Sara to Ajax. That sits us at almost 30 million profit, and this takes us over 30. It is the left back, the Greek man. Selling all our Greeks, Dimitris Giannoulis, he's going to Besiktas for 2.15 million. Scraping through them funds as Marcelinho Nunez, that is pretty low for him, going to join Sara in the Eredivisie. But that leaves us with 6 million profit to make, and Johnny Rowe, he's a player I didn't want to get rid of, but we've had to in the end, as Josh Sargent also leaves. What is our profit margin going to be in this championship season? Sargent's gone to Celtic, and 58 million. Right, we're going to take off the 40 million, which leaves us with, I think, 18. Yes, I am correct. It's not 17, it's 18. So 18 million pounds, and we've got to fix a squad. And this is what it looks like. Not too shabby, Alonso, but we've lost our best players, and we definitely need to sign a cam in this team. And also, I'd like a left back, just because we haven't got one on the bench, and McCallum's gone in real life. I also don't want to go too crazy in my first season here in the Championship, as Musa Ndai, I believe, is our left back. And the first signing of the new Sam Allardyce era. All the debt is cleared at Norwich. Let's just go get that midfielder. As the man I am looking at, most of our budget, and I am going to go big with Shinta Appelkamp. A signing that screams to other clubs that Norwich won't lie down. Yes, they've had their money troubles, but they are going to fight. Or at least I hope they fought, because of course a very good signing that, and Sheffield United in 20th, I'm probably going to rob their players. But where are Norwich City? Do we get into the playoffs? It's stinky. We finish outside of them. 8th position. Not a good time to be a Norwich fan, as Arsenal and Manchester City are the FA Cup finalists. Nottingham Forest win the Carabao. And there are your playoff teams. I hope we maybe get rid of Luton, because they'll have some decent players, and it increases our chances next year, as there's no debt to clear then. And this is how the team looks. At least our 2 centre-backs haven't gone down as much as I thought. Van Hooijdonk up to a 73, but unfortunately only a loan player. And the signing that we did make, Appelkamp, one of the highest. He's joint with Angus Gunn, who didn't have a good time against Germany, and Appelkamp actually is a German-based player. Probably not a good relationship, them two in the team, but our top scorer is the 30-year-old Christian Fassnacht. Love that from our old player, as let's talk about our young player, the Gabonese Samuel Mills, is up to a 68. I just can't get over how that is such an English name, but he's representing Gabon, good on him, as Felix Wyatt's done well as well. Some incredible growth from them, but in order to keep them growing, you have got to subscribe to the channel, as we are on the race to 30,000 subscribers. As I know we didn't get promoted, but no debts to clean up this year, Big Sam, as the budget is going to be big. 15 million to spend. And with that, we should get promoted, as the positions that we need to sign, I'm probably thinking centre-backs, as we have some strikers. Ida has returned from his loan at Celtic, where now Josh Sargent resides, and we've also got Samuel Mills, 17 years old. And how have I just clocked this? Probably the Aubameyang regen. So yeah, not strikers that we need. We definitely need young centre-backs. And also you might be saying, Max, what about Christian Fassnacht? He was your top scorer, but he is 30 years old. Well, I'm not too worried, because we've got Tommy Springett there, but an even better potential player is Abu Kamara, who's straight onto our bench, but with our formation having 3 midfielders and them kind of being crucial with their passing, I'm going tiki-taka. Feel like that's the shout. As one thing I've also noticed about Norwich, they've got a lot of South American players, so I want to keep that trend going. With Adam Salvidia as we're going... Oh, he won't leave his club. We'll have to look again. Shame, because I got really hyped about that signing, but Rafael Cachoria, 76 rated. I'm going to pluck him from the Brazilian RB club, as he's cost 6 million only, but with Duffy going the other way. Bragantino have lost a star, as the 3 signings that we've made have been brilliant. Appelkamp, of course, and then Ndai. He's not grown as much as I'd probably want him to grow, but still, he's only 22 years of age. And if he gets a promotion on his CV, he will surely grow higher, as the next player is centre mid, a 22-year-old Serbian by the name of Vasic. Quite cheap at the price of 4 million, or it might have been 3.5, as it leaves us with 3 million for contracts and a youth player. As our scout Logan Brooks picked up anybody, we've got Tyler Bennett, but he was here last season. I remember him fondly, as he's straight on the loan list, as I've also loan listed Wyatt, because I don't think he's gonna play. We've got a strong midfield, as Appelkamp is the man sitting, Vasic in the midfield alongside Kenny McLean, the captain with Gibbs, and Sorensen on the bench. He's definitely not fitting in this squad, which should be up there for promotion. As a big shock to the system, looking at this table this year, Wrexham got promoted, but they are going straight back down. And I know I did say I'd sign from Sheffield United when they were bad, but it doesn't look like they were bad this year. Finishing above us. An 8th place finish again. Really? It's more points this year, but not enough for the playoffs. Big Sam's got to do better, as a repeat in the FA Cup as last year's was the same, and Arsenal win the Carabao over Aston Villa, as they are the teams right there. I hope Sheffield United go up because they had a bad season last season. But of course, I wish it was us. As look at our midfield though. We've got all over 75s, including Vasic now 74. A team 100% worthy of being in the Premier League next season. Fashionat is running out of contract. We'll sort that out straight away. As the man behind him, Kamara, also not doing too bad himself, as our top scorer this season was the midfielder Kenny McLean. A big failure in my eyes, as we've got 15 million again, but big Sam Allardyce, this is your last chance here at Norwich. If you can't get this team promoted, what can you do? As the first thing I'm noticing, we are very weak at the back. Believe all our old players went ahead and retired. As our Brazilian Rafael, he can definitely not do it alone. And another thing I'm thinking about, when you look at our strikers right here, Adam Ida got 12 goals last year and Mills got 4. So maybe it's time to make the switch to Mills permanently, if he can keep it up, of course. But his potential is skyrocketing. Along with this man, Tyler Bennett, who has gone to a 70 rated after a loan at Plymouth. And we've got some very good right midfielders, which will make this challenge hard. But he does look best as a cam. Then again, we've got Appelkamp. It's getting really hard to pick players, but pick we must do, as our English Academy will promote Edward Parkin just because he's okay. And he is our best one. As also, speaking of England, I've got the England top on for the Euros, and this was from Soccer Deal Shop. With football tops going absolutely through the roof these days in prices, Soccer Deal Shop is a cheaper alternative to get your football kits in. Trust me, you can save a lot of money, as here we are making money. We are selling Adam Ida. He's going to Burnley, meaning it's time for Sam Mills, the Aubameyang regen, to step up in this team. I'm still going to sign him a backup. We've gone to the Elite Serie N to go and get Noah Jane Holm, who's also got a lot of potential, costing almost 3 million. As I'm telling you, if we can't get promoted with the team we're building this season, it will be a shambles, as the next one is Mr. Lund, a left-footed centre-back, allowing Raphael to shuffle across, and I think with one signing off now, automatic promotion, I'd say. With Kenny McLean on his way down, a huge midfielder makes that a Premier League team, and maybe a surviving one. As I'm heading to the Dutch League for yet another bargain player, Julian Baas of Excelsior. Looks very cheap on the release clause, which I've gone ahead and paid because we definitely had the money spare, as he's another young prospect who should put us in the promotion fight. As if we aren't up there with that team on paper, then I don't think we'll get promoted for if I did this a week straight. Seriously, look at the team. Now, we've had an injury to Kachoria, but he is 79 rated. Appelkamp 81, as yes, we did lose a lot of players when of course we had that debt at the start, but we have really rebuilt a young squad, as we'll sneak up the table. No 8th place, it won't be 8th place, it will be 2nd place, which I am still a little bit disappointed with. Then again, it is promotion, no trophy, meh, but I will definitely take that. Should have been quicker than 3 seasons, though. Hope for you Canneries fans' sake, you can definitely do it quicker in real life, as the Carabao Cup is a trophy, actually, for Tottenham. Congratulations to them, as I will take Coventry getting promoted with us, or Middlesbrough, because they'll be the weakest, and maybe help us survive. As these are the ratings of our squad, I didn't even notice Signs is also 80, as our top scorer this season, Signs, joint with Mills. And I don't know if you noticed there, only in 33 games. Imagine what he can do in the Premier League, as Sam Allardyce has saved his job. But to save it even further, he has to survive this season with 44 million in the budget. That's enough to do so. As the squad looking like this, I definitely know the positions we need to focus on. Fullbacks, as Stacey's gone up 1 overall since we started coaching, and I might actually trust. And Angus Gunn going to play for Scotland. Hopefully it's not against Germany. Only messing, as we are going to keep on going with youth, but just for this one-off season, I'm gonna pick Daniel Thorpe, who was already in the academy, and go straight onto the loan list alongside this man and Bennett. We should be able to change his position. Still 1 week off. He's took ages trying to train there, as we need to try and make this money move now to save us. But actually, maybe not, because the first player that I've gone ahead and looked at in the free agent market, Conor Gallagher's been released from Chelsea. As yeah, we've got good youth players in the middle of the park, of course, but Conor Gallagher we can't pass up on, as he signs for Big Sam's Norwich. And screw it, I'm going to make him the captain. We need someone with authority in here, and Applecamp, just play your attacking game. Don't bother being a leader. As I am very happy with that capture, still with a lot of money to spend, as let's please just go ahead and replace this man Stacey. As the man I want to do it with is El Hilali of Morocco, playing at Sevilla currently, but he is only the backup to the first team. As guess what? They've got Conor Gallagher's ex-teammate Malo Gusto ahead of him, so I am going to steal the Moroccan for 15 million, making him Big Sam's second signing, and leaving us still a little bit of money to maybe get a backup centre-back. As Gibson was good in his prime, but I've gone back to South America to fetch over from Argentina Nazareno Colombo. Probably older than I would have wanted, and we could have still done with a backup goalkeeper, but I am just going to ignore that, but I won't ignore this man. Bennett, who now changes to still a 71 rated, but is a calm backup to the team, and could be another youngster in the team. And here we are come end of the season, with Bennett going to a 74, but the rest of the team as well. That's a class starting lineup. And right, I said the only thing Sam Allardyce had to do was maybe keep this team up, but maybe I have to think higher. As with these ratings, and with 17 goals from Borja Science and 11 from the wonder kid Sam Mills, we should be up there in the table. But as you can see right there, it is only 8 points off relegation. 10 wins overall ain't bad, but for where we want to be, maybe challenging for conference or continental, whichever it may be next season, do we have to change manager? As we are going to take a gamble heading into this next season, bringing an old player back to actually be the manager. Tim Krul is here, and our budget is also cruel. We've got 32 million. And what signings is he gonna make? Because he's got to improve this team, and I think this is very fitting. Angus Gunn walked away at 31. So we do need a new keeper, as I'm going to be trusting Tim Krul's opinion on who the new man is, as he's found Jan-Peter de Jong from the Netherlands. Maybe reminds him of a younger self, but then again, he's only 75 or maybe 76 rated by the time the season starts. So a little bit of a risk, but then he's only cost 6 million, and he's a youngster, but not the type of youngster we need to sign, as we need one through our academy, and at least it is a goalkeeper. Not much potential in Ezra Peacock, but I guess we will be taking him. And we had to pay for an academy because all the players left the last one, as £25 million. I believe I know where that's going. Fully on a left back, because Ndai is pretty decent, but he's only a bench quality player now, and also Kamara. Last chance for this man, because he is only 23-year-old. He's another English player in the team and 79 rated, which isn't bad where he's come from, as this man I am gambling on big time. Serginho Dest, of course, has his reputation in Holland or the Netherlands, where Tim Krul probably did keep a close eye. It's going to really stretch our budget. He is in his last year of contract, though. So I'm going to offer Xavi Ndai and the 25 million, as he accepts that offer straight away, giving us a class left back. A lot of resources into this man. Let's just hope it is worth it. Let's hope he is a correct gamble. And also, of course, the goalkeeper, as it's a cracking looking team, but the majority was here last season and we didn't do well. And also there was here the year before. That, of course, being our championship season, where it was very, very stinky. Or should I say 3 seasons, as it's not the bottom 13. Or below 13, should I say. It's actually not the bottom 13. I don't believe It isn't. It's 6th position, I will definitely take. 6th position in the Premier League. Now, we were only 5 points off, or should I say 6 points off the Champions League. A very good turnaround for Norwich. Some incredible growth, including Conor Gallagher, who we got as a free agent, now 87 rated. Captaincy doing him well. Sainz has been here from the Championship, so has Applecamp, but we bought him. Same as Kachoria, who's 85. But our best player, Sam Mills, 21 goals in only 39 games this season. It is our 2 best players, actually. Our 3 best players being the best contributors. As first of all, before any signings are even touched, it is the Europa League that we've made. I was fully expecting conference. As less about what's in here and more about what's in our bank account, 42 million? Has he got to work wonders again? I believe Krul has to do, as I know he is a goalkeeper, but is there any need for this many keepers? Come on, Tim Krul. Let's get rid of some of these, because we have just brought through Ezra Peacock, but he's already going out of the club. We'll get rid of Archie Mayer and John McCracken. What a second name that is, as that is the team now. We've got 34 players. And we can sign even more, as we're going to semi-cheat with our youth player as well, getting Dylan Saunders to the first team. Never ever going to play, but he's our youth player ticked off. Contract rules there to be broken as the first replacement, I believe. And I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Vasic in the midfield. As the player I believe I want, Joey Veerman. Now I know what you're thinking. You're just going for Dutch players with Krul, but no, hopefully the last one for £30 million. And now I believe we need, and I can't believe I'm saying this as well, but another goalkeeper. The only position we don't have true depth. I don't trust Barden to be a backup, as then we'll have a pretty good bench, as I actually think I've made a mistake here. Vasic and Veerman actually the same rating, which I didn't acknowledge, and Vasic is 3 years younger, but Veerman's got this season quality, meaning he'll stay here this season, as the last signing, Remy Deschamps, the Frenchman, who will be very cheap from Watford. As there we go again, manoeuvring the budget to fit our budget. I mean, we've only spent, I think, 37 million that window out of 42, which is a disgrace, Delia Smith, as this is the team now. Mills up front with that beautiful 88 rating. As also, you guys in the comments have made me more aware of looking at stats, and he does have 92 passing, and maybe a good attacking midfielder. We'll just see how many goals he gets, shall we? As our Europa League group, it's actually very difficult. Shakhtar, Besiktas, Apoel, all massive clubs in their European nation, as Leeds are falling apart, Fulham and Brentford going down. As I want Champions League. I want Champions League. It is a 7th place finish. We were 3 points off it this time. So we did go unbeaten in our group stage against all them good teams. 16 points is very good. To then go and beat Ajax, sorry to Gabriel Sara, and then Celtic, and then semis. We did beat Sevilla, which puts us into a final, fingers crossed, against Juventus. Champions League Canneries in Tim Krul's 2nd season, as that is a trophy in the bag, and I have no idea how we've pulled that out, winning the Europa League for the first time in ages in any save, especially when we needed to do it because we didn't get the Champions League through the league. A very tired squad, but a squad that's put it in, as Vasic to come back into this lineup, as I've just seen De Jong in net, and I'm not actually that impressed. When we've got growth in a player such as Mills, who is now 90 rated at 22, he's surpassed Aubameyang, who I believed he was the regen of. De Jong has to be doing better, especially at the same age, as how was the goals this year? Conor Gallagher the top scorer? A brilliant captain with Sainz 2nd and Mills actually in 3rd, but he did get 12 assists, which continues to beg the question. Would he be better as maybe a cam in this formation, or maybe actually a centre forward? As I've got an idea. And yes, I'm gonna waste no time trying to fit this new formation, as it's gonna take Mills to a centre forward, 2 weeks the process, with Abu Kamara training as a right wing, and the goal scorer Borja Sainz training as a left. With this the shape I'm believing in, it doesn't help Applecamp unless I just slightly nudge him forward, and that should be all sound. The 4-3-3 with a false 9. This man can set up his wingers, and I'm actually excited to use him when we reach the Champions League final, but will it be this season? I believe if we are to, we do need another keeper again. Tim Krul failing at making his first keeper signing. 50 million for a Champions League Norwich. Delia, it was the first season we had debt, not in this bloody season, so we're going cheap again with a veteran goalkeeper. That's right, Alisson Becker from Liverpool at the age of 36 should cover De Jong, who hopefully keeps growing. They should pass each other as De Jong's a better kicker already, but Alisson into the team. We need the best right now. As next up on that best list, we've got Gabriel Vidovic, who doesn't actually fit in the team, but now we are playing wingers. We need one for the bench, as there he is, the Croatian, who I don't think I've seen in the Euros, which doesn't fill me with confidence, and we need another youth player, which we've got to open an academy for, which will leave us with no money at all. Or actually, no, we don't. Ezra Bell is getting promoted. Why do we keep getting players called Ezra? And why are they always really bad? Freaky how it keeps happening. As Sam Mills, 91. It's an increase in the 90s, which is always a good thing. Now we just need Jesper Holm to do the same, as Kamara stays at the same rating. That's a little bit of a shock. Thought he would have snuck up one, as Borja Sainz doesn't. An 89 rating still, we cannot be too angry with. As this is our new look 11, very tired I didn't select a pre-season plan. My bad. But still, it should be good. It's better than a 6th or 7th place team, I will tell you that for free, as Leipzig, Monaco, and Porto in the group stage. Can't lie, looks very difficult, as this is our team. We have a 95 rated, 95. He's a regen as well, man. I cannot believe it. Alisson down to an 85, but De Jong only up 1. Not looking good, bruv. As it worked making him a centre forward, he got a few assists, probably for Kamara. He's hit a 91 as Burnley, Everton, Sunderland down. I think Liverpool may be soon, because look how close they are. 13. Stumbling my words there, as I cannot believe that. But what I cannot believe more so is we have won the league on goal difference. Norwich City, not one of these stupid yo-yo clubs. They are Premier League champions, as the usual FA Cup final. And have West Ham won the Carabao? No, they haven't. Manchester United. But we don't care about that. Show me the Champions League. Where in the group we finished bottom. We finished bottom on 7 points. How unlucky is that? Of course, a group with Porto are the ones to sink us. It is always Porto. Always bloody Porto. The curse has struck again, but no curse with the budget. This year, Delia Smith lifts out her wallet. 118 million to improve this team, as I'm looking at the bench mostly. A lot of positions needed, including a backup centre forward, not striker this time, and definitely a right back. Jack Stacey's time is over. Even on the bench, as I'm going to act swiftly, Trey Hume from Sunderland just got relegated, 16 million. Absolute steal. Straight onto the bench, as I've got to say as well, maybe we've got a lot of money this season because we released a lot of our reserves, but we'll still add another reserve in Sam Sanders this time. I'm pretty sure we got a Sanders last year. Again, will never play unless he goes mental and gets good, but he still probably won't be better than Reda Kadira, who is going to be our backup. Only 15 million, as we've been to the Pro League and the Championship. Time to go to a major league and fetch in a major player, which is going to be this man. At the time of recording, Portugal haven't played in the Euros, but I'm excited about Vitinha, who is still a bit of a risk for us because now we have two attacking-minded midfielders in him and Appelkamp, making this our first team squad, which looks brilliant on paper. It just depends if we don't get Porto in our Champions League group again. Oh my days. And I do not believe it. They are here again with Atleti and Rakow. We can only hope we found a way out of it. As you know, when I said last season, Liverpool getting closer, 16th this season. Insert Nepenthes meme here, as where did we finish? I knew we'd be near the top, but it is back-to-back Premier League titles for the Bluebirds, as the FA Cup final, we are not into that one. And we made no Carabao Cup final with Arsenal beating Wolves. But the Champions League, like always, is the main focus for the Canaries. From where we've come from, we have learned in this season because we have finished top of the group. Porto, into the Europa League you go. As speaking of Inter, we beat them. Then we beat Atletico Madrid again to go into the semi-finals and thump Juventus 6-0 after that means we were 4-1 down. I mean, we've got some quality attackers, but I did not expect to see that Manchester City versus Norwich City, the English City final. As how did the team look? Exquisite, as expected. You can see there's so many 90s. Including a 97 and also a 93 Gallagher. Did not expect to see that at all. Alisson 79 took over by De Jong. Finally, his potential came good for the Canaries as the best player, of course, Mills. A lot 90 plus this season. With our top scorer being, of course, Mills, our new Aubameyang, signed second, and Kamara in third. But as I always say, not one little bit of rating matters. It doesn't matter if you're 99 or literally 1 rated. If you can't go and win the major trophy of the Champions League at the end of the save, what are you doing in my club? As let's go and win this. City finished second to us. We went on and won the league, of course, as they're looking to start off quick. Erling Haaland is their striker, but as long as he doesn't get fed, I am completely okay with that. As I header backwards into Al Hilali, who's going to try and thread that back out, with the referee ignoring what was a obvious tackle right there. It's a bit weird that, as Todd Cantwell, I mean Conor Gallagher, they look a legit the same, of course, in a Norwich City kit, as Bar has signs, charging forward, and that's going to be a handball. Can't believe I called him Todd Cantwell. I mean, he does really look like him with the hair, as that's a good ball, and no one just behind the back line to just try and take the tap in, as now City on an attack. They've got a corner, trying the Italian tactic against Albania, and it has worked for the citizens. Goal number 1 comes from the big Norwegian, Erling Haaland. Can't be having that. What a horrific start to this game, as I'm pretty sure they're number 17, and their captain is Bruno Fernandes, charging after our man right here, as we need to try and cut inside, pass the ball. A lovely little disguised one, as can we sweat that across? If we're onside here, it is all level for the Yellows. A brilliant tap in, as it's Appelkamp, and I'm actually going to turn the name tags on in a moment. What a goal across the net for our German number 8. As yes, I had a recommendation for it. That is Appelkamp on the ball. You can see which player's which now. Mills putting a good ball out. We know he's got brilliant passing. And Abu Kamara charging down, trying to dink a ball back in. And it falls to Conor Gallagher, as it looks like we're getting a penalty and the chance to go ahead. I need another look at that one, actually. As is this a handball? If it's not, I'll miss on purpose. Conor Gallagher shoots. Oh, and it's a punch. It's an obvious punch. It is an obvious handball. I thought it hit his chest at first glance, as Borja still has to score, as he's gonna go to the top right or down the middle to solve the riddle. As the first half comeback looks to be complete for the moment, as Conor Gallagher, that's offside. But still, we're 2-1 up now. And the game anything but over, because we know they can get a goal, Manchester City. They proved with their corner tactic. And Hakim is absolutely shredding us. What an amazing run, stepping into the midfield, just like Guardiola likes it. William Jr. Played well in the Euros the other day for Spain. As ball's fallen for Mills here, and he's kind of getting away from Renard Lodi quite easily. He should be ancient right now, Renard Lodi, and look at the skill. He's definitely got the skill moves to prove he's the real deal. Literally runs out of play. Poor. From the 97 rated. You just do expect to see better at this level, as we almost got there with a header right there. Erling Haaland, he's around us. Do not let City get level. I don't want to take another extra time after the Euros video we did, as Erling Haaland, way too much power, and that's hit a poor person in the face. Shocking shot, as all my days we've given it back to Haaland, and Haaland's just scored. We've just laughed at his free kick, and then we go and gift him a goal. Oh my days, it's De Jong, the goalkeeper. You thought Tim Krul wouldn't let that happen, but he has done, and now we've got to stand up and be accounted for, but Mills is through, and he's only got a defender to beat. He's turned out. It's Mills. Sam Mills still keeping hold of the ball. He's a very greedy player, I've got to admit, but Gallagher misses it. And City look confident here, but Vitinha getting stuck in. It's a brilliant double tackle, and Borja Sainz is on the wing. He's going to cut back this time, and he's going to play it into Conor Gallagher around the corner towards Kamara, and Kamara to try and shoot. Good save, though, man. We're going to try steal their tactic, though. The Italian tactic is, please. Kamara through the middle. It's fallen to El Halali, who's our right back in this team, but he's covered well from Kachoria. And now, Kamara again. We need to try and be quick if we are to score and win this game. El Halali, he's through again with a man at the back post, and he's absolutely shattered, pulling it across the net. And no one there to tap it home, and that looks like it's going to be extra time, doesn't it, against City? Can't believe they've got back into this. We just gifted them the goal as well. We had to complete a comeback for them to come back, and now we need another comeback. A comeback to their comebackers. Look at the tackling going on in the middle. It's our two veterans in Gallagher and Vitinha. As there's a ball through here, it's Appelkamp, I'm pretty sure. It is. He's cut inside. It's going to be Appelkamp. It's a good save. Can we put that back in the middle? No, but we've kept the ball. And Conor Gallagher, edge of the box. It's Conor Gallagher who puts it past Edison for 3-2. Our first Premier League signing and our captain of the Canneries, Conor Gallagher / Cantwell, with a beautiful finesse shot. As that's us winning in the first half of extra time, but still there's a half to go, and Haaland still looks dangerous. Take the ball off the big man. Definitely didn't try and take his legs, as all my days he's through again though, and he's put a brilliant ball through. Barrios with the leveler. Now this one hurts with how literal late it is into the game. It's just round the corner. De Jong's not quick enough off his line, and we have to go yet again in what's been a thrilling finale. Conor Gallagher with a ball passed into Kamara to try and run it. Mills is through the middle, and he's just not got the height, really, as we look to have a chance right there, and we're going to play this free kick to the side. Vitinha, it's through to Mills again. It's not hit a hand of a defender, or it has done. A late call, as this is going to be the winner if we do score the penalty, and it's hit a hand. He blocks it right there. I don't know why I'm trying to show you guys. As Borja Sainz again has to score a penalty. He scored his first one and his second. The Spaniard hits the top corner to surely send the club, which he started right here at, to the Champions League trophy. 4-3 in the game, as it was the final kick, and I'm still trying to calm down from the goal we conceded, but hey, we've bloody just won the Champions League. What an insane game, but the trophy is in the cabinet, as the man to lift the trophy basically got us there with that superb finesse. Conor Gallagher, it wasn't the winning goal, but he has been crucial to our success. As if you want to see another rebuild like this one, a kind of normal one, suggest a team down below, maybe some challenges, or maybe an overall challenge, just like the Euros one.